Hey, everybody. We are live. And let me know if you can hear me. This is going to be an impromptu recording. I've got my AirPods on. I see that Jeremy's here already. Scott, first live event. Welcome, Scott. Wendell says loud and clear. Welcome, Wendell. So, Scott, this is actually a lot different than what you could expect from our regular events. This is really just an impromptu. I wanted to break down a discussion or a lead that we had come through. And currently I'm in Denver, Colorado, visiting my brother. And it's funny because we just went to the Denver Science Museum with my nephew. He loves dinosaurs. He's at that age where everything is dinosaur related to him. He basically thinks he's a T-Rex. He thinks he's either a T-Rex or a Diplodocus. So we went to the Science Museum. We just got back. But what I wanted to talk about was some things that I saw my team breaking down, which was a prospect, fulfillment, outreach, all those things we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks, especially for those of you new Lead Factory members, Instant Reply members. Have you been working on prospecting, everybody? John, Dave, Wendell, Scott, Jeremy? Let me know if you've already made some progress with this. Hopefully a lot of you have already sent some emails, and if you are Instant Reply members, you're already sending some multi-touch campaigns, which actually I got some really good feedback off of somebody that's already sent out a campaign. I'm going to share that with you towards the end of this live stream, though. Jackie says yes. Awesome, Jackie. How many emails have you sent out? And Jeremy is taking some serious action. I've been seeing some great feedback from him. Yep, like crazy. Awesome. Hey, longtime shark James Juris. How you doing, James? Ewan said he can't stay long. I'll try my best to cut right to the chase. I'm not planning on running a long stream here, everybody. This is just going to be kind of a quick Q&A discussion, break down what we're talking about. You saw the screenshot, I'm sure, that I put up. So we're going to be talking about exactly that. Elaine says, just getting her website up. Melissa says, haven't started reaching out, still setting up website and going through the training. That's okay. It sounds like you're taking action, and as long as you're doing a little bit every single day, making progress, that's the important part. Jackie says, spending all day tomorrow setting up instant reply. March is do or die month. I love that. The urgency of a deadline, do or die. For myself, and I know for Tom as well, this always lights a fire beneath us. Setting a deadline, by this day I have to have X. I have to have 4 clients by the end of the week. This is a great way to be accountable. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different here on this stream because I don't have another monitor, which I usually do. So I'm going to have to do a quick screen share with my some window trickery because I want to make sure that I can still get your comments. I want to be able to still engage and interact with you. Let me pull my screen share up. Let's see here. Hey, look, there's me. Okay, so let's do this. I got my comments on the left-hand side, and you should all be looking at my screen with the incoming lead that I wanted to break down for you. And actually, we just got this lead yesterday. Let me double check, make sure you can all see that. Okay, cool. Jeremy says he wants 2 paid by his birthday. I'm sure you will get that, Jeremy, and I would love to see that happen. So let me just give you a little bit of background. Dan, I don't think so. No one's ever told me that I look like Tom Brady, but I know a few people that would be probably arguing with you on that. I took a screenshot. I'm gonna have to send that to my buddy who's a longtime Patriots fan. Um, anyway, so let's talk about this lead, right? I have someone on my team that's been doing our email outreach. We want to make sure that whatever we're doing right now is really aligned with what we're teaching in Offline Sharks. So we have some amazing outreach campaigns going, and here's a response, right? Our call to action for people is to either schedule a meeting or fill out the contact form on our website or one of our discovery forms on our website. So this was an incoming that we got for somebody that has an activity company, but they also have a concierge company. So a concierge company, I guess, kind of works with the activity company in the sense that they send traffic and leads to their other business. So it's kind of like Offline Sharks, right? Like both Tom and I have our marketing agencies. And whenever we get prospects and customers and we do something that really works, that's when we share it with the sharks. So, they kind of work together. It's like a little ecosystem. And I think everybody in our community can really appreciate that. I've kind of shared that on the actual description of this live. I think that what I'm going to share with you today and just the discussion and the access that you guys have to both Tom and myself is more than what most other people have out there, just because they don't really have clients. They don't really do prospecting. They don't really do fulfillment. They don't really close sales. So that type of information that we get to give you all it's much more relevant in my opinion because we are relevant, right? I hope you can agree to that. Yes, Bill, I'm still slumming it in Denver. Not really slumming it. I love this place. So anyway, back to the incoming customer. So as you can see here in the image, they're looking for someone to do SEO and Google campaigns. Now, the thing that I wanted to break down on this call was that it doesn't really matter what this business is looking for, whether it's SEO or they're looking for some sort of other Google campaign, maybe it's AdWords, or maybe they're even looking for a new website. The end goal is always the same. They want more business, right? I think we can all agree to that. Jeremy, do you agree with that? I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can pull this back up. But would you guys all agree that the end goal is the same for everybody? I want to make sure we're totally clear on that. They want more customers. They want more sales. They want more leads. They want more reservations. They want more appointments, more contact form submissions, right? So if the end result is the same, does it really matter how we deliver that end result? Because this is something that people get caught up in. They get wrong. They focus on selling what they want to sell, right? Like, I'm going to call this prospect. I'll probably record the call so I can give it to you all later. I'll probably release that on my YouTube channel. But the reason that I want to record that is because I want to give you some insight as to how I'm doing it. And what I do when I talk to these kind of prospects, and what I'm going to do with this one specifically, is I'm going to get them on the phone and listen. I'm going to listen, and they're going to say, I need to do a Google campaign. I need more visibility in search, which they've already added to the contact form, right? But it's my job as the consultant to come up with the strategy on how they should actually achieve this. Because oftentimes you'll hear business owners, they get hooked up in wanting to do SEO, but do they really need SEO? Or is it right for them? Or does it make sense for their business? Sometimes it doesn't. A lot of the times it actually doesn't. A lot of the times I actually hear that people want this, but they're nowhere ready for SEO because it's a long-term strategy, right? It takes time to implement. And most businesses, especially ones that are just getting started, they need money today. They need traction now. They can't wait for an SEO campaign to bring that in. So, being the consultant, I have to be able to give them a strategy that will work for them. Does that make sense? Does everybody give me some like twos in the chat box? I'm gonna treat this a little bit like a webinar, but I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page with me, right? Sometimes they want SEO, sometimes they want other things, but it's my job to listen and not try to speak over what I'm hearing and identify these problems and identify their needs. And if you can do that, I be willing to bet, I can almost guarantee you that you will have an easier time closing these clients. You'll have higher conversions because if you focus on solving their problems, the expectation of what you can deliver on is going to be far greater and easier for you to do. See, Jeremy says, I'd rather keep my mouth closed and be thought a fool than open it and remove all doubt. And that's a great point. And when you're talking to these prospects, want to know one of the most important things that I've learned over the years in discussing and selling and setting the expectation. It's that whenever we're doing marketing, we want to under promise and over deliver. And if you do that, you're setting yourself up to be in a much better place to actually achieve those results. So if you promise somebody, we're going to rank you on the top of Google for in first place for Maui real estate, like that is probably an unrealistic goal, especially in a short-term period, right? And you are going to be working your butt off trying to do that, and it's going to be driving you insane. But if you said something like, we are going to be implementing best practices with Google search, right? Whether you get the first page ranking or not, you are going to be implementing those best practices. They'll likely have an increase in visibility for some of their less competitive terms, but the fact that they don't reach number one is not something that you didn't promise that, right? So they can't get mad at you for not delivering on that. Now, you very well could get them there. And while we in our agencies always try to get them there, right? We always want to deliver quality products and services. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. So I just wanted to share that because I remember when I was first getting started, I really set this expectation for the customers probably too high. And it was because I didn't have confidence in what I did and I was scared to ask for money. Can you guys relate to that? Is there anybody on this call that is scared to ask for money, scared to charge a high price service that they're delivering? Like perhaps you've submitted an email or proposal, or you've been on the phone or been at a coffee shop with a client and they want a website or they want SEO and they ask you how much it is and you say, well, it's $500 or $1,000. Have you been nervous to ask these different price points? Because I really was. And it was because, let's see here. It's because I didn't have this one thing. And this one thing really is key when it comes to closing clients. And it will really help you to command these price points that you're asking. And it's regardless of whatever service you want to sell. So let me put this up on the screen here for you just so you all can see this. And we've got like 80 people here right now. So I'm stoked that you're all here with me, by the way. Thanks for hanging out with me on Saturday. Being able to talk about this stuff with everybody in our group, it's so awesome because none of my other friends want to talk about this stuff. You guys are my real friends. Jeremy says he's gaining confidence every day. Man, Jeremy, you're crushing it, man. Because this is the question I was going to ask. the secret, the secret to closing clients is, now this is something that some people will tell you different, but this is to me, this is what I think, and this is what I've learned in my experience. There's one thing that has really, really helped me with closing clients. And somebody already said it, actually. And if somebody, I'm going to throw, David, you were the man. I'm so glad you're here, David. Confidence, 100% key. Wow, you guys are sharp. A lot of people. Facebook user, I don't know who you are because you're not logged in, but multiple people. And it's key. It's absolutely correct. Because look at it this way. When you're, let's talk about website design. You don't know how to build a website, but you want to sell a website. So when you ask somebody for a specific amount of money to sell this website, but you don't really know how that you're going to do it, you really lack that confidence, right? You have that little voice in your mind that's saying, you can't actually do this. You can't do this. So it's a little bit scary. It can be daunting. It was for me. And it wasn't until I actually built a couple of websites that I got the confidence to start to ask for more money, because I knew what all went into it, right? I knew how difficult it would be. I knew how much time it would take. I knew I would be up all night, multiple nights in a row, trying to figure it out. The thing is that somebody says cockiness. A few people said cockiness. I think that's funny. The thing is that when you have confidence and you know what you're selling, or you know about the results you can deliver, it's much easier to talk to prospects, talk about money, and sell products and services. And I think a lot of you would agree. I know that we have different levels of people at their business. We have some people that are just getting started, some people that have a few clients. We have other people that already have, big time agencies, tons of clients on recurring services. So I want to talk a little bit more about gaining this confidence, because I think that's an important part. And it can be tough for a lot of people, right? One of the hacks that you can use to hack your confidence is get behind something that works, right? And test it out for yourself. Okay, so one of the things I really, really like about the training that we went over a few days ago with Instant Reply and Brian is that we talk about this process of getting customers for ourselves, right? We use Lead Factory, or the strategy within Lead Factory, to send emails. We also use Instant Reply. Let me pull this up, actually. So this is the training from a few days ago, for those of you that haven't probably checked it out. But the main thing that we're trying to do is get ourselves more prospects, right? And this is going to tie into fulfillment. This is going to tie into confidence and building all of that, okay? Because let's say you are prospecting for yourself and you get yourself a lead through email marketing, lead gen, running ads, whatever. What people forget is that you can do that same thing that you did in order to get that client or that lead. You can do that same thing for them. So if you're trying to, let's say you get a new lead who is let's say they do roofing, right? Or let's say they do solar. And if you're following recent strategies where we're doing email marketing, you prospect to people that are in the solar industry, solar business owners. You go to their Facebook page, you find their website, You start to build a needs list, things that you can really personalize with your emails and your targeting and your prospecting. And you reach out. And sometimes you get a response right away, sometimes you don't. But when you do, you know that you're onto something, right? And you can actually do that same thing for that client. So when you actually get them as a client, why not start outreaching to homeowners? Same thing. You look at a specific demographic in a specific area, a specific targeting, and you prospect the same way. You let them know about solar incentives, tax breaks in your state for installing solar installations, a new solar company in their area that has a special offer or special pricing. You see how these two things come together? So now that you've got your first customer through this type of outreach, that should give you some confidence, right? Because you did just get them as a customer, right? After all. And if you follow that same strategy, I'm sure you'll be able to deliver customers for them. It's a different targeting, it's a different outreach, but you can have confidence in that, knowing it, right? What do you guys think? After you do something for yourself, can you do a repeatable system for somebody else? Janelle says, being confident in what you do. James says, let them close themselves. Yes, James. Just listening to customers, usually they do close themselves. You're absolutely correct. I've seen people or heard people talk themselves out of a sale. Hey, Efrain says, just closed a client, a solar client for lead gen. That's amazing. I have a solar client myself. One of the best clients I have, honestly. Easy to do, easy to deliver results for, right? Easy to keep them happy. Efrain, I have a question though. What are you doing for your outreach? How are you building leads for them? How are you generating leads for them? What are you doing? Jeremy says he believes in the idea of power of your thought can totally change your circumstance. 100%, Jeremy. I have done this for years now, and I think it really ties into the law of attraction, and I'm a big believer of that. Michael says, of course you can. Jackie says, yes. Facebook user, right on. So who here has already watched the replay of the training from a couple of days ago? Link on the screen. We talked about instant reply. We talked about using instant reply. Who's already seen that training? Because I want to talk about that a little bit. It's really unique. It really ties into having the confidence, right? Having the confidence in selling the end result. The end result is leads. The end result is customers. So with instant reply, that's what you deliver. Efrain says, going to run Facebook ads to Messenger or an opt-in page. What about email, Efrain? You thought about that? Jacqueline says, just finished a Facebook ad campaign for clients going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. morning time. Fingers crossed, Jacqueline. That's awesome. Amazing. You've come so far in such a short amount of time. Jackie says, saw the training today and have my day blocked out tomorrow to implement. Excited to get started. Well, one of the things that really is unique about instant reply is the ability to automate all of your prospecting, right? The email, the SMS, the voice drops, automating all of that and having the ability to follow up with those prospects, not only for you getting more customers, but also when you get them as a customer, bringing in customers for them? Who's planning on using instant reply to bring in more customers for their customers? I'm talking about doing exactly what Efrain is doing with lead gen. Like, let's do lead gen with instant reply. Carmen says, love how you go over the small basic skills in order for everyone to succeed. I'm totally new and love these Facebook Lives to get answers. Thank you, Carmen. I appreciate that. To tell you the truth, I have to get out of my comfort zone to do these lives. It's not really something that I'm super excited to do all the time, but I know that I have information that I want to share with everybody, and I know that it helps level people up. So that's why we do it. Jackie says, us already have several clients in mind. That's super awesome. Mark says, I started 3 campaigns. It's super simple with instant reply, having roofer, real estate, landscaping. Mark, incredible job, sir. So Brian's asking what is instant reply? So Brian, if you check out this link that you have on the page here, that is training on how we're using instant reply to get more customers. Now I'm going to do something special for everybody on this live, because normally you have to watch that entire training. It's 2 hours long to get access to instant reply. Who here hasn't jumped in on instant reply yet? Can you put a 1 in the comments to let me know if you haven't? Because I'm gonna do something right now to make sure you get access. Jeremy says, you're great at it. Inspired me to get on my first call this morning where I landed a client. What? Well, you already got your first client, Jeremy? Dude, you're a boss. Okay, Melissa, Chris, Jacqueline. Have you guys seen the training? Have you guys been to that page on the training? Or that page, John? Okay, I'm going to allow you. The only reason I'm going to do this is because, see, Chris is smart. Here's a link so you can skip through it and change speed of watching it. However, Chris, we've just added 50 spaces. So I was talking with Brian's team earlier this morning, and you guys, this is pretty incredible. We didn't have any idea that the response we would have gotten to instant reply would be as big as it was. There's literally a server limit that we are about to hit. I couldn't, I was kind of baffled because we did not expect to have over 300 people sending out emails, sending SMS, sending voice drops all at the same time. And the software itself, it's really quality. The training is supported by a team that's only so big. They can only take on so many people. So they capped us off at another 50 members. So what I wanted to do on this live was give everybody on this live the opportunity to skip the training, skip the 1 hour wait for the training, and allow you to get in on instant reply for $1, one whole dollar, for 7 days. Jeremy, sorry, Jeremy. Jeremy, I have a Hawaiian accent, man. Forgive me. So, you guys, I have to pull this link down after the live. But for those of you that want to be in on one of those 50 seats, those last 50 seats to instant reply that we have, because we are going to be emailing about the limited availability over the next day or two. So I would be willing to bet that based off of the response we've already had, All 50 seats will go probably pretty quickly, earlier than we're expecting and projecting. But right now on this live, you won't have to watch the 2-hour training. You won't have to wait, like Chris was talking about. You will get access immediately right now if you hit that link for $1. Now, what I would recommend that you do is you go grab it for $1 because it's $1. You can cancel at any time. We all have $1. Let's be realistic. And then, since you're locking in your seat, go back, watch that training, and let us unpack for you how we're using instant reply to land clients, but also as our fulfillment for those clients. Use that confidence that you will get by using a service that's actually verified from some people that are in the trenches, some people that are delivering leads for local businesses on a regular basis. That confidence that you can get from something like that will easily allow you to get more customers or boost your conversion rates when you're talking to customers. And actually, let me pull this up. I have a quick little testimonial I want to share with you here. Hold on, everybody. Bear with me here. Like I said, I'm not using another screen, but I want to show you some of the feedback that we've been getting. This is like in the last day or two, okay? Just so you guys, you know that this is the real talk. All right. So, Philip, you guys see this? Okay. Not only did Phil, so you're looking at this page, right? This screen. Philip says he's still working on closing the first one, but it's a pretty damn good start. So he's using instant reply. He's contacted 127 people using the software. He's already got 6 replies. Huge, right? So who here is prospecting right now? Like, who here is doing any type of prospecting? Not even using instant reply, just any type of prospecting in general. What is your current response rate? What are you doing for your prospecting, and how well is it working? Eric, you'll probably have to type it in your browser. Let me see. Here you go, Eric. Put it in the chat. So who here is doing prospecting, and how's it working for you? What would it be like if you had the ability to have emails going out and prospects coming in off those emails? I personally hate cold calling and door knocking. I have people on my team that do cold calls, but that's only because I don't want to do it. I'm not good at it. I had to figure out a way to get customers that's good, that fits into my skill set. I can send emails. That fits into my skill set, right? Check this one out. Let's see here. And he's on the call too. Jeremy. Jeremy says, I've been working towards this for over a year with very little progress or success. I'm so glad to have found Lead Factory and Instant Reply before the struggle went on any longer. That's from Jeremy. This is from his business profile, right, Jeremy? Let me pull this up for you, because I just saw an awesome comment come in. Bill says he put up 4 campaigns, over 700 contacts from the lead bucket, and just had another lead come through. Bill, that is amazing. I know that when I was kind of following the other stuff out there on how to do prospecting, I didn't really have success until I committed to it for a long period of time. It's not every day that you come across something and you can get traction with it basically overnight. You know what I mean? Bill, you could probably relate to me, right? You've probably tried several things where you've tested it out, see if it worked, and you didn't have incoming leads, let alone four, um, or maybe you didn't have four leads, but another lead, which leads me to believe that you have multiple leads overnight or within 48 hours. Yeah, Bill says not as easy as this. Mark says, I am prospecting on LinkedIn for my clients, working well for both for us. To be honest, I'm testing instant reply and so far, good. Great, Mark. I love to hear that. I love to hear that you're giving it a shot and just testing it, right? All we're talking about here is giving it a shot because we believe in the results it delivers. We really do. We're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're only charging $1 for 7 days. You can get a campaign up and running for that in that amount of time. You can be like Mark. You can be like Jeremy. You can be like Bill. Get leads. You can get prospects within 7 days for only $1. If you get your first customer, I hope that you will be a long-term member of Instant Reply. Ewan, thanks for hanging out with us. Okay, so Glenn, this is a great question. Glenn believes that he can sell it. He's just not sure he can fulfill. So, Glenn, what are you afraid of being able to fulfill? That's kind of the point of my discussion or topic of discussion that we had for this live, is that if you can do it for yourself, you can do it for other people. Use instant reply to bring in leads to your customers. Eric says he just got the $1 offer. That's awesome, Eric. There's only so many seats available until they actually upgrade their system. So I'm glad that you got in. I'm glad that you are going to be one of the ones that gets to test this out, see if it works for you. I know that there are a bunch of people that already have gotten responses, so you'll probably be the next one. See, Jeremy says fulfillment is the easy part, and I agree. I agree, Jeremy, if you have a proven strategy, something that actually works, something that somebody is actually using within their business, not something that's just a product that's created to sell product. Glenn, when you sign up for Instant Reply, you go in there and request a list for people that are homeowners. You give them some criteria that you want. So yes, you can start prospecting in an automated way toward people that want concrete services. New home buyers, new homeowners, new movers, people. I'm not too familiar with concrete services, but if you are, I'm sure you would have a prime avatar for who is most likely to need concrete services. And if you ask the team, you submit. This is one of the great things about Instant Reply, is you submit for them to build you a list of people that you send your outreach to. Yeah, so maybe I should explain that a little more. So the software in Instant Reply, yeah, Brian, I can do that, absolutely. So Brian, think about lead factory, right? We're sending one email at a time to somebody that we're finding on our own in Google. Well, what Instant Reply does is the team behind it builds a list for you of people that you're trying to prospect to. So this could be people that make, 6 figures or more in a specific area of the country that drive a Lexus. The targeting on their list building is insane. So I hope you would get creative with it. Depending on what you're trying to sell, get very creative with it. Now, you can take that list and within the software, send an email campaign, schedule it out to drip out over a week, 2 weeks, 24 hours, whatever you want. And the crazy part about it is there's also the ability to send text messages. So you send one email and then you send a text message. and then you send a voice drop, and then you send an email, or maybe you send 2 emails first, and if you don't get a response, then why not send them a text message? The ability to follow up with your prospects in a multi-touch format gives you, it's proven to show much higher results and get responses, and clearly it does. You can see some of the results some of our members have already had. Jeremy says it's crazy. They do all of the work. Yeah, I've seen the technology behind how they build these lists, Jeremy, and the the access that they have to the data aggregation is insane. Yeah, Glenn, give it a run. $1. Let me put this back up on the screen, okay? Everybody that is interested in this, I'm going to close with this because we've been on here for about 40 minutes. So, like I said, there's 50 spots available until they update the resource limits for their software. And we want to make sure that we can provide quality support. The software works for everybody that jumps in. So I've been informed that there's a limited amount of seats. Everybody else that we're emailing right now is going to have to watch the 2-hour training before they can have the option to purchase the software for $1. Now, everybody on this live, you can go to the link that I've just shared, and you can get in for $1 and reserve your seat right now. Right now. And then I would recommend you go back and check out that training. Glenn, I would request a list as soon as you go through it and give it a real effort. Don't just request lists for requesting lists. You want to make sure that you leverage it completely. And put out awesome campaigns. Don't be lazy. The more you can pay attention to detail when you're sending out these prospecting campaigns, the more success you will have. Jeremy says he got in at $1 with less than $50 in your bank account. I'm counting on you because I know that when you have your back against the wall, we've said this before, that's when you are most likely to succeed. Like, you need this to work, Jeremy. So I'd be willing to bet that we see that you have your next customer coming up, I don't know, the next day or two. I hope you're taking it seriously. I know you're taking it seriously, but I hope that you spend as much time as you possibly can making this work. Ken says, Nick, I remember Brian saying we could upgrade later to the agency level, but it now seems only possible if the server limit is maxed out. No, Ken, you're still going to be a user in the system. So if you have locked in a seat at the $1 trial, you're locked in. If you want to upgrade later, you'll be fine. It's new members. Jeremy says, please make sure you do the theme install on your new domains. And Glenn says, signing up now. Well, that is awesome. And, like I said in the description of this live, my intention for this live is to help you see that confidence is the number one thing that I think, and at least for me, has helped me to close more deals, charge higher fees, and I've gained that confidence in myself by doing. And the things that I got lucky in doing that gave me that confidence was the services that I followed from people who were actually fulfilling. They were actually taking action. And that's what we have for you today. I hope that you can see that by generating leads for yourself, you can apply that to generating leads for your business or for your customers. And that first step about generating leads for yourself will give you the confidence in generating leads for your customers as well. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and I just want to say thank you, everybody, for coming to hang out on this live over your Saturday. And let me know if you have any questions. You can always post them in the comments of this thread, and I will get back with you as soon as I can. So Thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. I always have a good time with you all in these lives. Take care.